are a lot of ways to describe the musical John and Jen. The first and foremost, it's just such a wonderful show. It is one of the most human stories I think I've ever seen portrayed on stage. Just realistic of kids growing up. And Andrew Lippa writes this incredible music and very difficult music, you know, very intricate. And the goal being that the audience won't notice that it's difficult. They're just gonna hear a story told through song.
The main thing at its core, John and Jen, is about relationships, which I think are kind of like one of the building blocks of humanity. I mean, yes, we need food, we need water, we need sunlight, we need stuff like that. But apart from that, we have to have relationships with people. So one thing I enjoy about this character is finding those little sibling nuances, like the relationship, you know, what part of, you know, annoys her, you know, stuff like that. But I mean, I would say he's relatable because, you know, he's just like anyone's brother. With all those siblings, with all those people in our life that we are close to, and it's just a really human character to play, and I really enjoy that.
Jen is really awesome, and I connect to her in so many ways. She is the older sister, which I am in my own life. I'm the oldest of 3 kids. I have 2 younger brothers, so you've got lots of practice. Lots of practice for me to work on. But we have a lot of fun in the show because you follow her journey as she grows up and as she changes as a person, and both her hardships and the joys that she finds. And I really just love portraying her role as the older sibling and that, like I said, that protector.
It's a favorite song for me, and it's a song called By Room. Basically, it's just, not that, you know, there's not other fun songs, but this one's just a really kind of like jazzy little tune to kind of break free for a little bit. There's some scatting and stuff involved, which is really fun to play with. And there's one actually really hard one where she and I are both going over the top of each other. It's just like, make sure we're on the right note. But it's just a fun kind of break free moment for John, and it's a lot of fun to do.
You sure you don't want to ask us what the most difficult part of the show is?
Oh yeah, what's your biggest challenge? Go ahead.
Definitely the score.
And I mean, and it is a very difficult score. I know for me, it's probably one of the hardest things musically I've ever had to do. But aside from that, the show itself, just this roller coaster of emotions, of time eras, of going from one moment to the next moment just like that, the show is a challenge.
I would completely agree with what Craig said, and a challenge that I think both of us are just so excited to find that truth, that honesty, and that story, and to give to our audience.
Well, one thing I personally hope that people take away from the show is an incentive, and that incentive to, you know, call that sibling you haven't talked to in a long time, to, you know, talk about that issue that we just kind of put under the rug, and it's the elephant in the room, but to actually open up and talk about that. And ultimately just to look at the relationships in people's lives and just see how important they are. This is John.
And this is Jen.
And we're looking forward to seeing you at
the Studio Theater Tierra del Sol for
John
and Jen. Come join us in previews September 24th. We open September 27th through October 27th.